All right, it says we're live, so I guess we're live. Hi, Andrew Link here. We're going to be doing a little bit of a fix. Oh, yes, it's thank you email for letting me know that I just went live. That's kind of cool. All right, it's probably because I, have all sorts of alerts set up for my own channel. So I've just got a few minutes to work on a project today, and what I'm going to do is be fixing this TV tray. The kid uses it as a computer tray for when he's doing his homework. And as you can see here over in the work camera, it's falling apart. So that needs fixing. Shouldn't take very long, which is good because I've only got about half an hour before my next class. So I'm going to go ahead and just quickly take it apart as much as I need to, glue it, put it back together. Let's see if it goes as quickly as I think. Normally my projects end up taking almost twice as long as I expect. This one I feel like will probably go pretty quickly. It might even be faster than I expect. So let's see. Let's see here. Got that on that camera. Yep. You can see we've got these joins here. All right, they slot together nice and easy. All right. Now, originally, let me take a look at that. Actually bring that up to the camera. It's kind of hard to see. Let me look at it a little closer here. Yeah, originally these had a very small amount of glue. I don't know if you'll quite be able to see there, but there's a very, very small amount of glue right here on the sides of these joints. Enough to hold it for a little while, but definitely not enough to last, 20 years plus a 12-year-old fidgeting with it while he's doing his math and typing papers and things like that. So no surprise it fell apart. Let me just check here. Looks like our other joints are still fairly solid. I could get that apart, but it might break in the process. So I'm going to leave it be for now. And of course, that tray slides out nicely there. Now, this is a nice, easy to clean tray that you can also use as a whiteboard. I like the idea of possibly turning it into a blackboard at some point, but that's not in today's list of plans. Just kind of a neat thought. Also good to know, though, that you can open it up and replace this piece if it ever breaks. All right, just checking the rest. We have some very simple screws right there. Now it looks like those screws have gotten a little bit loose in spots, so I'll tighten those up. It's kind of a clever design. They're not screws, they're bolts. Let me see if we can put that up on the camera there. There we go. You can see we've got bolts inset into the wood, and then the screw head on the bolt just goes through the wood, goes through the frame, goes through the leg, grabs onto the bolt right there. So that is kind of cool. Again, easy enough to fix if you need to. While I've got this open and I'm not worried about glue, I'm going to just go ahead and tighten up those bolts and make sure that they're going to hold. So let's see. All right. Don't have to worry about the nuts coming loose because they're embedded in the wood. So let's just go ahead and tighten that up. Yeah, that was a little loose there. Let's snug it up there. Give this a little bit of a snug. Okay. Let's go around to each of them, give them a little bit of a snug up so that they stay in place. There we go. Snug this one up too. All right, so the legs are all nice and snug. They're going to seem a little stiff for the first couple of opens, but that's better than being too loose. A little bit more on this one. Go. Yep. All right. So we got the legs snugged up, so it will stand a little bit more steady. Now we'll just go ahead, slide the tray back into place. Interesting. This is the sort of thing I think is interesting, at least. You see, the way that that was cut, a little bit more light to that situation. The way it was cut, we don't have a slot that goes all the way through. You can actually see where the curve of the saw blade stopped on that piece of wood. So I can't just nice and easy slide that in. I've got to get this light readjusted here. There we go, the joys of live streaming. So what I've got to do is pry it apart very slightly gently. There we go. All right, so we've got the tray back in place. And now we just take this wood, and we already saw at the beginning, that wood will reattach very smoothly. But of course we want it to stay in place. So let's just use a little bit of glue. Now, I'm tempted, of course, to use lots of wood glue. But you don't want to. Because one, it's going to ooze all out and just make a mess. But two, this is the sort of thing that we might need to kind of persuade it apart with a hammer later and do further repairs. Like I said, we might someday need to replace this part. And I'm sure we're going to have to fix this other side at some point. So I don't want to make the currently broken side completely solid. I just want it to stay in place. So I'm going to add a little bit of glue there, a little bit of glue in between on both sides. There we go. And then we'll snug it back on there. That corner needs just a little bit of persuading, so let me go get a persuader. Still in the process of getting the shop fully set up. Don't know where my rubber mallets are, so just use a small hammer. That's in there pretty good. Got a little bit of glue that's come out, but not as much as if we'd overdone it. Now back, grab a shop cloth, just clean up a little bit of the glue that's come out. trying to get better about keeping a clean workspace. All right, there we go. Let that dry for a little while. What do we got here? Yeah, let it dry for about half an hour, and it will be good to go again. We will be able to, there we go, stands up very much nicer now. Let's see there. And now we have our TV tray / homework tray back. That'll be good. Just fold that. I do have a clamp that I was thinking of using to hold it in place, but two things. One, it would be better if I had a corner clamp, and I don't. And two, there's a lot of pressure already because of those miter joints being nice and tight. Did I call that is that a miter? I just called that a miter joint, but no, it's a dovetail, except it's not shaped like a dovetail. I need to look that up now. Somebody please correct me in the comments. Go right ahead. I grew up watching New Yankee Workshop. I watch a lot of shop videos, but I'm so bad at remembering little tiny details like miters versus dovetails versus shaker joints. All of those things are fun and fascinating, but I have trouble with the little details like that. But yeah, the clamp I have here is not long enough. So it'll only go to there. My other clamps are currently in storage. So we'll have to get those and bring them up for projects like this. But I'm not worried because these two joints are nice and solid. So I think we'll be good. All right, let me put that away. And I think that'll pretty much wrap up this live stream. Now, I'm still working on my workspace, as you can see. I got a little bit of a lighting issue. I think I need to move this camera over to this side so I can both be looking at the work camera over there and my talking camera there. So we'll work on that. But overall, I'm pretty happy with the space I have. Well, this table, it's a little bit flexy, so I'm going to have to get a support under that. But that said, if there's anything that you all want to see me building or fixing, I don't do extravagant projects, but I do fix a lot of stuff around the house, and I fully admit that I really want to do more cosplay building and things like that. So if you have any suggestions, either for projects for me to work on or more efficient ways to do the things that I am doing, feel free to drop those in the comments. Friendly suggestions always welcome. Put the glue away. And I think that will wrap things up for today. So let's see, our timer there is at 13 minutes, which amazingly is 7 minutes faster than I thought this would take. My fastest estimate was 20. So I'm pretty happy with the results here. So everyone, take care of yourselves, make some neat stuff, and I look forward to seeing your comments and seeing what you're building.